Here we go, here we go, here we go. Thursday night, ATL Flag Football Podcast, and we are in the building. At least some of us in the building there. It's your boy Low Man. We representing here tonight. As you can see, I'm solo dolo on the panel there. My man James, Mr. Five Star himself, is gonna be chiming in here shortly on a live link as he's out of town on his, I guess, the second leg of his vacation. Of course, you go, as always, man, got my man D Wayne in the studio.
Yo.
On the ones and twos. And we're gonna make it do what it do.
What it do?
Whole lot, man, we can talk about. We just kind of go through a couple things as we allow time for everybody to get logged in here. But yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about as we enter in the final week, week 5 or 5.5, I guess, of Five Star Sports season 11. And it looks like, man, we're gonna talk about it in depth, man, but it looks like it's gonna come down to the wire for a few of us, anyway. Not everybody, but a few folks like us, or like right now, we on the outside looking in. A couple people on the inside with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. so it's gonna come down to the wire for in week 5.5, 6. But I guess from a league standpoint, D Wayne, I guess that's what a commissioner will want, right? It's just like the NFL,
just like the NFL.
boatloads all their divisional games to the end of the season because they want everything to come down to the wire.
They definitely do.
So, shucks. Wish is about to come true.
Yeah, we're definitely about to come through.
But before we dig into flag football, man, we gotta tap into the real world. Gotta tap into the real world a little bit, D Wayne.
Oh, are we getting on the diddler?
We gotta talk about the diddler, man. What? I mean, how could we not?
Yeah, man. Congratulations to him and his lawyers for proving their case and getting him acquitted of 3 of the 5 charges. And I hope he get time served and go home and see his kids. That's how I feel.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel, man. He's done his time. He's paid his fine.
You say what?
He paid his fine.
Paid his fine.
Yeah, he paid $30 million. He
Oh.
shouldn't even be right here.
said the fine was the old girl, huh?
She the only one on trial, seem like, if we being honest.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been interesting watching the celebrations of people online. And
that's what I hate, man. I hate that. And the reason why I hate that, man, because it be your own people, man, that make you look like. Man, I guess so, man. Whatever
you hate what do you hate? Tell me what you hate exactly.
I guess it's the people with the trying to go viral and what they going viral for. I hate that. Like I said, we're not saying that Diddy doesn't deserve to serve, or pay for, putting his hands on Cassie or Jane Doe. I think them the only 2 people really did testify that he put his hands on them. So yeah, I definitely think that is wrong. and I think that is, if criminal charges were filed, should be dealt with in the criminal court. But in civil court, he paid $30 million for that. So I think that he's, like I said, he's already paid for his crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we wanted to do criminal stuff, you file criminal charges. If you want to do civil stuff, you file civil charges. So civilized your way to $30 million. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you should. I like I said, I don't think or believe in like the no snitching thing. I think everybody is a citizen of this earth, and you can tell on whoever you want to tell on, especially if you didn't do it. But like I said, I think that accountability got to come into play at some time. You know what I mean?
James said he's waiting to get brought in, I guess.
I don't see him.
He said he'd been logged into that link.
I don't see him. But yeah, I think that so that's what I think about Diddy. I think that he definitely I think he definitely has done his time and served his crime.
So, a couple things first, man. I think the celebrations, I think, are more so to people, more so about beating the system than anything else. I don't think everybody's necessarily celebrating the diddler per se, as they're celebrating a black man beating the system. You know what I mean?
I definitely think that's
black
wrong.
man beating, and not just the system, the federal government, because these are federal charges, and
yeah, no, definitely. I think, but like I said, I'm cool. Like I said, the celebration, the speaking out, that's cool. I think that them folks were dancing with baby oil in front of the court.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
I'm talking more about that. Yeah, yeah. If you want to support the guy because he got acquitted of some charges, then support him. I don't think that nobody should feel any type of way for people supporting Puffy for getting charged for two things, and like you said, by the federal government. You know what I mean? And hopefully, like I said, get time served, because he's being railroaded with the jail thing. So
Why? Yeah, I mean, what you thought? What you thought when they denied bond? After they know you got acquitted of all the major charges? Why would you deny bond?
Yeah, I think that's why I said that this better be he getting time served. You know what I'm saying? Because the Abercrombie and Fish, they at the house right now. You know what I'm saying? While he been serving his time, he's already been denied it, and they charged him with like 20 things. They dropped like I said, 15 of them. And then you only go for 5 and you get 2. Math ain't mathing, man. Let my man go, man. That's just how I look at it.
And you got acquitted of, and you got convicted of the two smallest of the charges, where although it was up to 10 years, man, it really just got.
It's like a
you didn't get charged with pimping. You just got charged with prostitution.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's like getting charged for having sex in the park when you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I think that, like I said, it's all relative. I think that, like you said, unfortunately, the federal government does go after young successful black men. It's only second time in history we've seen a one-man RICO. You know what I mean?
One man.
What I'm guessing is they were going to charge Cassie too, and this is why she testified. This is what I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
That would make sense anyway.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They were going to charge her for a crime, and because they didn't charge her for the crime, they then interviewed her for her to get her side to see if they can get. Is that what it basically was?
Which part are you talking about now? The fact they charged?
They didn't charge Cassie.
Correct.
I mean, I've never seen any one-man Ricos besides R. Kelly.
Oh, you
know
saying
what
why
I'm
there was a
saying?
one-person RICO?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying, obviously, Cassie, was going.
Well, I think they're throwing it out
charge her.
where Cassie and everybody else that they know are basically co-conspirators. Because if you was involved in it in any shape, form, or fashion, you should have been charged.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So all of them are co-conspirators. So yeah, you all testify against them, but in the history of RICO, you still charge everybody first.
Yeah.
And then you work out plea deals. You don't just charge one person.
Correct.
Which is why I've always thought the case was BS from day one.
Correct.
When I read the indictment, I was like, man, we've had this argument many times on the podcast, on Classic Conversations. And I tried to explain to the young lady last time. I said, hey, man, the only charge they really got, I said, the only charge they really got is the transporting them for the sex. That's it. She won't believe me, but the only two they got convicted of are the charge I tried to tell her. I was like, that's it. There was nothing else.
Because you can't deny it. He flew her. You know what I'm saying? He flew these people. They have proof of it. So that's cool. I mean, but who, like you said, who isn't guilty of this crime? You know what I mean? So that's what I said. He got.
They done made a whole. They done came up with a whole new lingo, flued out.
Yeah.
For this crime, this be the flued crime, the flued out bill.
This is the flued out bill.
The flued out crime bill.
Yeah.
That's what this was. Is it?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, I think Diddy is definitely in need of some. I just think he need to get home, man. Because I mean, ain't no more. He ain't gonna be out like that no more. I'm cool with that. But yeah, he might as well just at least let him come home and see his kids. He got kids.
Yeah, denying the bond, I thought was definitely some backdoor type BS. And like you said, the only way you could justify denying bail is if you're gonna give him time served. Because outside of that, why would you deny bail for the charge that he got convicted of? And don't tell me you fearful and all that. Come on, man, give me a break. If he wanted to touch them people, he could have did that jump from where he at.
Even the fact that they said she didn't. I hope she didn't write no letter. I just feel like if you in that feel for this man for 10 years.
We got Mr. Okay. But yeah, man, I think it was hot garbage. I can't say I'm happy he got off on the charges. I can't say I'm not happy, you know what I mean? Because I really didn't care. The only thing I cared about was the fact that I thought they overcharged him, and I thought it was a BS case in the beginning. You know what I mean? That was my bigger issue, is it was a BS case from the giddy up. And they overcharged him, and they were going to try to make him the face. They're going to try to make him the face of this particular crime, like they do all of other black people. They make them the face of federal crimes. Well, you got a guy, like I said before, the Abercrombie and Fitch guy, who was molesting boys, and y'all ain't doing it. And y'all gave this dude bond. So, and I don't see how you can't get bond after being convicted of those two weak charges. That And it's really amazing because when you say a jury of your peers, this is what's scary for a lot of people, right? When you say a jury of your peers, and these peers were 8 white men, 2 women, and 4. Is that right? No, 8 white people, 2 black, 2 Hispanic. That don't really sound like a jury of your peers. So he should be really jumping up and down for joy.
Hello.
Because if as a black person you look over there at that jury of your peer box, and you see only 2 that look like you, I'd be a little concerned. I'd be like, what? Hey, where my peers at? Mr. 5-Star Sports himself is in the building, man. What's up, James?
What's up? You hear me?
Can't hear you. We can't hear him, Dwayne. Keep talking, James, till we get your voice. Still nothing.
I hear y'all.
There you go. There we go. Now we cooking.
Lock him up.
You said lock him up.
Lock him up.
That's how you want to kick it off. Just lock him up, huh?
Lock him up. Don't let listen. He getting away because that's the limitation. Lock him up. I mean,
he's not getting away with statute of limitations. First of all, what statute of limitations is he getting away with?
They can't prosecute him.
Why would you prosecute for beating up Cassie when she never filed criminal charges? That's a statute of limitations. She never filed them. she got 30 million. Huh?
He said you file on stop.
Oh, but I'm gonna get that $30 million though. Stop. hey, that $30 million. Shoot, man, please.
That's all.
Well, I think that they go get some time. In my opinion, time served is. I think it sends the wrong message. I think it lessens the severity of the situation of what he did.
To who?
But
wait a minute.
To who?
Of what he did, or what was he convicted?
What he was convicted of.
Oh, really? That's really now. You're saying that people who get convicted of paying for a prostitute should get over a year and a half, up to 10 years in prison? That's what he's convicted of. Take away. Now, you listen. You have to take away the Cassidy incident. You have to take it out your mind. Okay. He didn't get convicted of that. What did he get convicted of?
So if we are taking away everything, it's just leaving what that convicted of.
Yes, that's all you can do legally. That's all. Yes, what you got. That's all you have to go off of.
Correct. This is not.
So
it's not morals in this.
It ain't moral. This ain't the moral police, James.
Yeah. And two, let me say this. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Cassie is not a victim, but she's also a participant. She's not just a victim. She's a participant. And if we're not honest about her being a participant, then what are you holding him accountable for? Because she's a participant in this crime. That's why I asked Lo why she is testifying, is because maybe she was going to be charged. And she, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying.
Did you hear her tape that was released today?
I'm not listening. I'm not saying that scared. I'm not even saying I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm not saying that Puff Daddy don't scare her. I'm not saying that. But what I'm telling you is, at the end of the day, he did not get charged with that.
I mean, I understand.
And she could have filed charges if she wanted to.
What charges he was convicted of don't necessarily warrant in its years. And I can see to that.
Okay. I know it's hard for you to say that, Jane. I know that was hard, but that's just the reality.
I mean, it's the reality. It's the reality.
Okay.
Do I think that they're going to sentence him like that? No. I think that they're going to remember everything else. And he's going to get a couple years. But I don't think he'll get it. But the tape that dropped was recording Cassie and Diddy. Something about he had cheated. And she was asking who it was. He said, Let me tell you something, nigga. I will kill you, and I will cut you up and put you in different pieces, and it won't be tied back to you.
Who
you
said
didn't hear that audio yet?
No, I didn't hear that. Cassie said that, or just said to Cassie?
No, Cassie said it to Diddy.
Oh, really? Oh, Gangsta Cassie.
She was going off on him.
Gangsta Cassie. Oh,
Listen to that audio.
How about that? How about that? The gangster, huh? But yeah, we supposed to see all this. The gangster Cassie. Yeah, now I believe that. Now she can show her true colors. You know what I mean? Because they said
And then she said, and just so you know, I am recording this.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, man, the gangster Cassie. You know what I mean? She let, listen. She is who she is. You know what I mean? She set up some of the freak offs herself. She set up freak offs that Diddy wasn't even a part of. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, come on, man. We just got to call a spade, man. You know, you a freak too. And it's okay. It's okay, Cassie. And that's how you get down. That's how you get down. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute.
I don't know how your husband going, I guess he got to be just a acceptance of a mother. He just taking the money because, woo.
He got $30 million too. So I mean, listen.
I don't know. She might not get him none of it. She might be chumping him off.
She might go kill him.
Yeah, Mike, all of them a bunch of freaks. It's just like, hey, man, the freaks come out at night, man. It's a freak party. Let them, you know what I mean? But don't get, shoot, but it is what it is. So it's going to be interesting to see. They made the man sit for 3 months or however. I don't know if they have set a sentencing date yet, did they? Did they actually set the actual date?
I hadn't heard about one.
Yeah, I don't know the actual date yet. But I thought it was bogus they denied the bond based on that. But because they denied the bond, it's like, man, how much more time can you give this man for those 2 charges? You know, when the whole mayor of New York got off of that jump without even a charge for the exact same thing. They didn't even charge him for the exact same thing. So it's like, come on, man, what we talking about? But what up, Billy? But anyway, that's all I had on the outside line. James, did you have anything before we get to this?
No, that was what we were talking about.
Yeah, man, that was definitely the hot topic for the week for sure. The dealer, basically he won. If you ask me, in the state of New York, in the federal, they look bad, but the case was weak. The charges were weak. And honestly, I think if it wasn't for kids, R. Kelly would have got off. Only reason R. Kelly didn't get off because it was the kid aspect. That's the only reason I think they convicted him. If it wasn't for that, he would have got off too, because those charges were just as weak, but it just had kid involvement, and that's what I thought the difference was. But anyway, James, man, we talked about earlier, man, that we can, I guess this week considered week 5.5, 6.
Week 5.5.
Okay. I told him earlier, man, that this weekend is gonna be as a commissioner. As a commissioner, you have to love how the end of the season means everything to have the lead.
I make matchup hoping that there's something to come out of them.
October 3rd.
And every year since we've done it, every season, we've gotten some of what we're looking for. So it's been great. But before we dive into it, this weekend. This was our last week Arrow. And so the AD came out again, things out. And I was not there. He didn't know I was going to be there. And so things that disturbed him. And he let me know it. And how hard is it to do the right thing 2 hours in? Why is it that when I'm not doing like pre-fall, smoke weed, and drink alcohol, everything they know they're not do because they think that it's me, not the people where they don't want it, not the school that allow it, and it's like. I wish you would have called me right there versus calling me afterward. Because the playoffs would have been like a lot of people. But So he very well made that hall that was rampant. Like this stuff. cookout. So yeah.
I'll never understand the need for people to be like that, man. It's it's just so disappointing because it's always our own folks, man, who treat our stuff bad. It's just really, really disheartening that because you talk about it every week, every season, it's the same conversation, and it's like you only out there a couple hours, man. So the need to eat, to drink and smoke weed or smoke anything at a school when you're told not to do it over and over and over again. And I just never understand it, James. I just don't. It's such a lack of accountability, and the lack of concern of other people, man. But then always complaining about stuff. If there was no fields, there was no lead, then it's a complaint. Well, why you didn't go this? Why you didn't do that? But they don't even look at the fact that they make this job difficult, man. So I understand, bruh. I understand there's so many different levels of how people just disappoint you, and that's what it is, man. And it's disappointing from a team standpoint. Your management of your own teams, of how you allow that junk on the sidelines of your team. It's just a whole lot of accountability, man, or lack thereof. And it's definitely unfortunate.
Yeah. It's sad. But I hope no one's get with anything Sunday. Because examples are gonna.
You said examples. What you got?
I said examples will be made if people disrespect Sunday. I'm gonna have my eyes. So but right week 5 that Jim has. Let's see. How do we start?
And just FYI, James, it's gonna be important when you talk, you stay in that one spot because when you move up and come up, it gets distorted. So you got to stay right there when you talk in one spot.
Okay. So let's go to the. All right, we'll start over there. We had our mixed cross division. Okay. We open up with outsiders and Georgia Elite. Angelo, you and Bill. Outsiders. Dwayne, you picked Elite.
He said you picked Elite, but
yes. Ain't no Google. You picked Elite. Yes, you did. It's funny how he get amnesia. He get result amnesia.
Yeah, result amnesia.
So in this game, Montel apparently injured his shoulder. But also Outsiders was more quarterback. He was still injured from the beat. As well as a couple other players were out. So this would be a easier game for Georgia Elite Twitter fan. But unfortunately, arm severely injured, and they lost game 6.
What was the score?
Outsiders won that 6-0.
All right, 6-0 Outsiders. So still was a
6-0.
tight, still was a tight game then.
Yeah, it was still a tight game, you know. But Outsiders Bankhead stepped up as the backcourt quarterback, and he was out there looking impressive for a back. You know, he did his thing. They had to right back around the defense. So shout out to Bankhead. Next game it was Georgia League. Clearly nothing to see there. I mean, everybody took Georgia League. Swamp Bucks, they put up a fight this week, but it was Georgia League. So everybody lost that game because Swamp Bucks beat Georgia League 7-0.
7-0.
So apparently his arm was injured. From what I heard, he threw ended up throwing 7 interceptions in the games.
You said, wait a minute, say it again.
I said the report I got threw 7 interceptions.
God, dog.
It was his injured. I guess there was no accuracy or whatever, but he had a bad day on Sunday.
Wow. So not only they lose 2 in a row, they got shut out 2 in a row.
They got shut out 2 in a row. And to me, the more concerning part got shot against George Swamp Buck versus Outsiders.
So the Swamp Bucks get their name. Did the Swamp Bucks get their name back after that win?
We go back. So now, not quite yet.
They are Swamp. They Swamp Bucks now. They were just the Bucks.
They Swamp Bucks.
So now they back to Swamp Bucks. They got the big.
Back to Swamp Bucks.
All right.
And so, but that double loss to Georgia League took them from second place. And a game with a showdown this week to now holding on clinging tight in play, trying to stay in the playoff.
Wow. What difference a week makes, huh?
1 week from second to last and not even there. So the next game on the schedule was PNF and Outsiders. Again, guys were unanimous pick. You all picked Outsiders. Outsiders dipped into the game. We PNF trying to bring that vaunted high-powered offense they had in the defense. Yeah. Bank Outsiders were able to put up point against PNF. So that's not quite what you expect. But PNF put up any point. So 6 points once again won the battle. And this honestly was cause for concern for me because this is not PNF style out. No, I'm sorry. Was it 4-0 or 5-0?
They start off. I thought it was 4-0, right?
They started off
4-0 with 4 shutouts. Yeah.
4 shutouts. Yeah. And then they went 1-1 in week 3. No. I'm sorry. They started off 4-0. And then they lost 1, 2. You know, I'm trying to look. Four and no, 5-0. No, they started off 6-0. Yeah, they started off 6-0,
Wow.
and then lost four consecutive.
Wow.
What? No, I'm sorry. No. Three consecutive. They lost consecutive. So going. Yeah, that's a lot. 4-0, 6-0, first time in team history, and then just lose 3 games. So they lost number one spot, spot. Yeah. So the next game we had Swamp Bucks and TYB. You guys all picked Swamp Bucks. And this was the game that I went out there and said TYB would win the first game. I don't normally go out there and pick people. Usually when I do them right. And so don't look like I'm gonna be wrong this time. So with their second win of the season on the line, TYB went out there and handled it. They just didn't handle it well enough. So with this win, Swamp Bucks earned their sixth win of the season and locked themselves into the playoffs. So they are now back in the big Swamp Bucks.
Wow. Look at them Swamp Bucks. Big Swamp Bucks.
The big Swamp Bucks secured a playoff spot.
How about that? Good job, Colas, DJ.
From being 0-10 to a winning record at 6-4.
That's good stuff.
So TYB. They're fighters.
Change the name.
They didn't give up. And that's the one thing I noticed about them that I saw that we hadn't seen with the other 0-10 teams, or they didn't went out there internally fighting every week, bickering. So I still think that next season they'll probably get 3 to 4 wins out of that.
Hey James, I got a quick trivia question for you. In the history of 5-Star Sports League for 8-man, has there ever been a team that went 0-20? Or 0-19 and on the field? Just curious.
No.
I didn't think so. So cool, and I say that to say kudos for them for coming back, because most of them would have bailed out on over 10, But
there's never been a new team that went 0-10 and came back.
Yeah.
So they already broke the mold when they did that.
Yeah.
So at now 1-19, most teams would just totally fold, just bad, and go about their business.
Facts.
But I think that, the biggest thing that hurt them this season was when their quarterback from last season got called overseas to play ball. Because he would have made a difference with all the extra players they had this season, the additional talent. So, if he comes back or, they get another quarterback, I can see them beating certain teams. But you ain't doing nothing without a quarterback.
Yeah.
And a center too. I spoke with her because we need a center. Because the games that I watched, by the time the quarterback got the ball, the rush was already on him. Like, there was no room to rush. There was no room to run. There was no room to do anything but just throw the ball in the dirt. So they need a center that can actually snap it versus just tossing it back there.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, the
They
next
need
game
some
on
help.
the
Hopefully, they
schedule.
come back again.
Well, I think they'll be back.
They need some. They need to find them a couple veterans though.
Hmm. Well, I've been ears to the street. I've been hearing some things, and so and that's why I say I think next season will be the season. That'll be the breakthrough season.
There's a couple superstars out there in their own mind that might need a new home to go to so they can show off their talents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure is.
All right, what's next?
So now we got a rematch of the last time they played. It was fighting for the number one seed. We're back again with P&F and United fighting for supremacy. Uh, United needs this win to stay in the running for first place, and P&F needs this win to stop it, but also stay in the running for first place. Angelo, you and Billy picked P&F. Dwayne, you picked United. Yes, you picked them all by yourself. Um, this was again a low scoring game. Even lower scoring than the first game when United won 7-6. This game was, I guess, what's lower than 7-6? 3-0?
So what now?
I said the 7-6 was a low scoring game. I guess the next scoring low score under that would be a 3-0 game. But it was even lower than that.
What was lower than that?
It was lower than that.
What the score?
Well, in a safety with no score would give you 2-0.
Right?
It was lower than that.
Huh? What was it, 1-0?
1-0.
What? This is overtime then.
1-0. Yes. This was an overtime game. And shocking overtime game.
You funny, Billy. You say what now?
What Billy say?
Talking about TY Wave.
So, in the 3-game skid, it was said that PNF's quarterback wasn't there. So, that is why they lost the way they did. But United has been, kind of one of the more consistent teams in the comp division this season also. So, I guess technically it could have went either way. And so P&F stopped the skid this game and won this game. So Angelo, you and Billy took the loss, and Dwayne had to win all by himself. But I'm sure he'll remember picking this game this time, though, right?
Oh, so United beat PNF.
No, PNF won in overtime.
PNF beat United. Oh, me and Billy picked United. Dwayne picked PNF.
No, you and Billy picked PNF. Dwayne picked United.
I thought PNF, but who won?
PNF.
Oh, I thought you said me and Billy lost that one. That's why I was confused.
You did. Oh no, wait a minute. You're right. My bad, Dwayne.
Okay, I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Am I hearing things?
Oh, dang. I was trying to give him a win.
Yeah.
My bad. You did. No, you're right. Oh, so that's
Said United missed 2 field goals, back-to-back kicks. Ouch.
So that's why I went to overtime.
The young wave.
Uh,
uh,
okay. And then so after that we
how
had
we look merged with a yeah whatever. Yeah. We'll be merged. So what now?
no, I'm just looking. So next up we had TYB and Ram Forum. What you think the score was?
I mean,
You give me a score
Rare
what you
Form
think
don't
the
score a
game
lot of
should have been.
points, and TYB don't score no points. So 6-0.
Nah, that game probably was like
Surprisingly,
18-0 to
sh-
Rare Form.
shockingly, Ram Forum won this one 12-0.
12 zip. Okay.
And I'm not saying that I'm shocked that they won the game, but they put up 2 touchdowns. That's rare for Ram Forum
That's that's Rare
this
Form.
season. And so you guys all picked Rare Form in that. Next game, you all picked New Jack over Rare Form. And well, I can tell you Nico's prediction was wrong in the game.
Migo what?
I said his prediction for this game score was incorrect.
Oh,
Uh, Caleb should have been. Oh, Caleb said it should have been 18-0, but it wasn't. Um, so the New Jack Red 4 game, it was 13-0, New Jack. So you all won that one. Then you have next game, DOA and LOC. Angelo, you and Billy took DOA. Dwayne, you took LOZ. um, 13-6,
who?
the final score for this game.
We heard that part. who, who who was the winner?
Well, this is Dwayne's third loss. I can tell you that.
Dang.
Yeah, he had a rough week.
Wait a minute. So LOZ lost 13-0 to DOA?
13-6.
13-6.
Yes.
Dwayne, we lost to LOZ,
13.
man. That's terrible, man. So LOZ didn't even win. They lost the cross game too.
Yeah.
We said last week there's a lot of questions got to be asked, and that was one of them. Dang, man, we lost LOZ. That junk's so terrible.
Well, no, that's only one game. We still played at the other field.
Huh?
So we haven't gotten to that second game yet.
Okay. Now I'm just saying they lost the DOA.
You mean to the comp?
Yeah.
Well, no,
That's what
Yeah.
we said last week. You know, you got some questions to ask, you lose. But go ahead.
yeah. So and then the last game was DOA at New Jack. Angelo, you and Billy picked New Jack. Dwayne, you picked B Marsh. Billy, I'm killing him. But Dwayne, you picked B Marsh's coaching over his playing. So you also picked New Jack in the game. And New Jack secured the victory in this one, 18-6.
18-6.
18-6. So that wrapped up Farrell, and we'll move over to Carver.
So what was our record at Thero? Everybody record at Thero.
Let's see. So the only game that okay, so all of y'all missed the Georgia Meat Swamp Bucks game,
Right.
but the rest of the games you were on point. So that
Okay.
was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Billy, you and Angela were 8-1. Dwayne was
6-3.
1, 2, 3, 4. He was 4. He missed. Well, he had 4 losses.
Oh, he was 5-4.
Dwayne was 5-4.
Yeah, you out there, Ray Dwayne. Hey, get back at me next season. I gotta see how far away I am from Billy. That's
Yeah, I gotta take some chances, man, and it ain't looking good for me.
all right.
Well, you can.
Nah,
We
Dwayne.
still got the other side.
Yeah, it got to be miraculous. If not, he got the picks. He in the pick boat like a couple of LOZ on
Billy.
the league
But
boat.
I got you down for DO over LOZ. Let's see. Okay, so over at Carver.
He got you on
So
that,
we
Billy.
opened
We missed Swamp Bucks game. Everybody missed the Swamp Buck game. Other than that, he
Yeah.
said that's the only one you missed. Go ahead, Carver.
So we opened the day with Zoo and the Crew. Angelo, you picked Zoo. Billy, Dwayne, you picked the Crew. The Crew was trying to hold on for a playoff life. The Zoo was spoiler because they were out of it. Dwayne, you picked up a win over Angelo. The Crew beat the Zoo 1-0.
1-0.
1-0.
Wow.
Yes. And then in the next game, you had Joe World and the Crew. You guys all picked Joe World. The Crew needed this game for moral support. Joe World won 19-0.
Joe World, what?
Joe World won this game 19-0.
Okay.
Next game, you had Predators and Zoo. Everybody picked Predators, nothing there. Predators won that 14-0.
16-0.
14.
14-0.
I would have expected more points out of Predators.
I
Though.
mean, Billy missed the kick.
Yeah,
You missed the kick,
probably.
Billy.
Because I know he ain't kicked for one. Next game we had Smoke and Joe World.
You said
Everybody
who? You
took
said
Joe.
Smoke and Joe World.
Yeah, Smoke and Joe
Okay.
World. Everybody took Smoke. Smoke won that 16-6. Billy said no to something.
I asked him, did he miss a kick? He said no.
Oh, okay.
Is that true, Rashard? How'd it end up 14?
Next game you
Oh,
had
time ran out. All right.
LOZ and Predator. And oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it before I go there. So you're right. What happened was, and let me just clarify for
See, I like
players.
Dwayne. You said what now?
They scored no time left on the clock. And so they questioned whether or not they should have been able to kick the extra point on an untimed down. And the way the rules work is if the extra point has no bearing on the score, meaning it doesn't tie the score or win the game, you do not get to kick it.
Oh, that's a
If
rule?
it does, Yes,
I didn't know that.
yeah. But if it does, it can affect the change, then you get the ticket. So
So
like
so
if
that so it
you
only matter for
you
that particular
scored,
game then. Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, it didn't matter for that game. But let's just say the score was 12-11, and the time ran out and Predators needed to kick it to either tie the score or take the lead, then they get the ticket. But if the team that's up 12, they don't get to kick it because it was a change for them.
Okay,
So that's how that works.
that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's a wide rule because it can
Um,
affect standing though.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
reading that. Yeah, but I got clarification. But and the explanation is you have to do everything within the regulation unless it's a situation that the score affects the game. It doesn't affect your stand. Standings don't count. Only the games can count in that situation.
Interesting.
Okay. So the next one we had LOZ and Predator. Uh, Nothing really to see there. 19-0 Predators. Uh, Next game we had Shockwave at the Raiders. Now, this seemed to be an interesting game. Close. Raiders felt as if it should have been a penalty call. I guess Charles jumped to avoid a flag pull, and the refs missed it, according to the Raiders. Um, After reviewing the play myself, again, I told it was my speculation that in real time the play happened so fast. The ref said that the flag was pulled before the jump. I could go with that ruling. If the ref had said he jumped before the flag was pulled, I could have went with that ruling because in real time it could have went either way. Of course, when we slow the tape down and look at slow motion, we can see the actual real call, but our eyes don't work that way. So that definitely could have went either way. Um, okay. Um, Next game we had YB and United. United asked for this game again this season. They
They
felt they left
did.
some meat on the
They
bone
did
last
ask for that
season.
game, didn't they? I
Oh,
I,
they did.
I remember that now. Sure did.
They asked for it. They felt like last season they let them get away when they celebrated a hair too early and let Man Man score. But unfortunately, YB would not have Man Man in this game. So I guess United felt the odds were in their favor. But unfortunately, the score wasn't. And YB took this one 16-8. So United had a rough day. They were in first place, in control of everything, and went 0-2. So now, their fate lies in week 6. Um, the next game, we had a close one, a 15-16 game. Tell me about this.
It was typical Shockwave YB.
Mhm.
Their first touchdown was scored really kind of off a busted play. They were going one way, ended up dumping it down. Ball got tipped to his receiver, caught it. He walked in the end zone. They had their kicker. We didn't. They went up. We came back down. We scored, tied it up 8-8. The controversial play, I guess that was discussed. we threw an interception, but we threw an interception to a player that had on a black jersey. We was on black, and so we challenged it as any team. He had a black T-shirt, not even a jersey. He had a black T-shirt on with no numbers, no nothing, just a regular black T-shirt. We challenged it, and we won the challenge, as we're supposed to, because it's the rule.
So I did have to explain that call to someone, and basically what I explained to them, and I explain it to everybody right now, so that they'll know for going forward. A ref cannot agree to go against what's written in the rules. Meaning, if Justice League and Shockwave about to play, and I go to Dwayne and be like, Dwayne, look, my player don't have this white shirt, so we go wear red, and y'all wearing red. And Dwayne say, okay. The ref can't agree to that because you, Angelo, come back later and protest and challenge that, hey, he's in a red shirt. And because the rules say that that's not allowed, you're going to win that challenge. And you can't turn and say, well, the ref allowed it. So the refs have to do a better job at enforcing the rules in the beginning. Because what I explained to that person is that it's no difference than you out there playing Angelo and Trey plays with y'all. And I'm beating y'all the whole game. And on the last play of the game, Amos throw a touchdown to Trey, and I call a timeout with 1 second in protest. Hey, I don't care. It doesn't matter that he played the whole game and I didn't say anything. Now that he just about to score this touchdown and win, I can protest. And the rules allow it. So, but the refs cannot agree to break the rules. So we should not be going to ask the refs to break the rules.
And that didn't happen anyway. They didn't happen anyway. So I don't know what that, I mean, that's a good example.
I'm not saying that.
Okay, yeah. Nobody asked permission, but I got to try to explain to them. I'm not gonna sit back argue back and forth with the other team. You know what I mean? When I heard the bargain, I was like, man, y'all can say all what you want to say. I'm arguing the rule. That's it. I'm arguing the rule. The rule says this.
Well, yes, I don't give an example for everybody.
Yeah, I'm arguing the rule. Y'all can say, well, y'all let us get. Yeah, I told him. I said, man, you can play without a flag the whole game. The minute somebody point out there ain't no flag on, guess what? It's a penalty. It don't matter. It don't matter when it happened. Well, they asked, what if y'all would have got intercepted, y'all would have ruled? Probably not. But that's irrelevant. That's all that everything was there was irrelevant.
There was a play a couple of seasons ago where Jason was playing with Outkast. Jason always plays with that big white T-shirt that hangs out over his flag. And it's flag guarding when he gets the ball. But because he never gets the ball, it's never flag guarding. And they decided to run a trick play, a direct snap to him, and he ran it in. And they complained. It was like, his shirt is out. I play like this every week. Well, it's only a flag when they give you the ball. So the one trick play that decided his flag was out and they called it.
Right.
So yeah, it doesn't matter that they don't call it when it doesn't matter.
I try to tell them, man. They always talk about y'all, you this, you that, whatever. I argue rules. That's all I argue. I argue rules. So it goes so after that play, we end up scoring a touchdown. We go up. We go for 1 instead of 2. We didn't have our kicker. We get the 1. It's 15-8. They drive the ball. Clear miss flag on a sack. They got the most yards they got on that play, on that drive. It's a clear sack. But they end up driving. And then it came to another controversial point in the game. Where Kurt and CL got the barking back and forth. Kurt stepped over the puck, arguing with CL. They were still in the huddle, and they were doing the Google Me and all this good stuff. So Dre,
Oh, so it was Kurt. Okay.
yeah.
Somebody was telling me about it, but they couldn't remember who the other person
Yeah. It was
was.
Kirk. It was Kirk and
Okay.
CL going back and forth. So anyway, Dre throws a flag offsides. So naturally, I challenged the offsides flag. I'm like, Dre, how's he offsides? They still in the huddle. The ball's not been marked in play yet. You can't be offsides.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what pissed me off is the fact that, instead of just going with the rules, first you want to go into bargain basement BS. And Dre says, now keep in mind, I'm in the middle of a challenge, right? So as we're in the challenge, I call my timeout. I'm challenging the call with the 3 refs. Kurt and CL are still in the background barking back and forth. Dre says, well, all right, Lo, if you win the challenge, I'm going to throw a personal foul. Unsportsmanlike. And did it. I'm like, how you doing an unsportsmanlike penalty in the middle of a challenge? I mean, we here talking about the challenge. You worried about what's going on with these 2 guys. We in the middle of a challenge. Why are you worried about what's going on between them? It's a timeout. You know what I mean? He threw unsportsmanlike. So instead of being 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal from the 10, you move them up 1st and goal to go from the 5. And they scored on the 3rd, and ended up scoring on that 3rd pass.
In a conversation with the refs about that play, I was told that he threw the flag because he was the initiator of the argument. I've never heard of that before in my life and could not find it anywhere in the rule book. And so I hate that it happened to you, but that flag will never be thrown again. But there's no such thing as initiator of the argument. Either both players were arguing or you're not throwing
And
the
this is
flag.
what I tried to tell Dre. I said, bro, you can't throw it on one person. I said, if 2 people are arguing, I said, I would have respected them more. Throw up unsportsmanlike on you. Next thing goes, you know what I mean? You're kicked out, whatever the case may be. But you can't throw, and I try to explain to all 3
If there was a fight, that's different.
That's
we can
totally
get the
different.
initiator
Totally
and
different.
back them on more.
He didn't even want.
But there's no such thing as the initiator of an argument.
Hey, this was an argument with distance in between. This ain't like somebody ran up in somebody's face. You know what I mean? There was distance in between both players at all times. They never got close to each other. You know what I mean? But my point is, you threw an unsportsmanlike during a challenge on another play, and you made a decision that because you were wrong on the one, you're gonna throw another one to make it even worse. And I tried to tell Dre, Josh, and referee Kurt, I said, man, this is what I'm talking about when the refs get into their feelings. I said, you should never try to get involved in a game based on your feelings. I said, I didn't raise my voices, y'all. There was no yelling. I simply challenged the rule of offsides because you can't throw an offsides penalty when the ball's not even marked in play yet. There is no line of scrimmage. There is nothing in place for to be offsides. Y'all know that. So then you're gonna spite me and throw us unsportsmanlike. You know what I mean? Get them from should have been 3rd. Now it's 1st and goal from the 5. Come on, man. That jump was so. That's the kind of BS.
What I would just say in the future is that that's a rule. So then you can protest a rule because there's no such rule as the rule. Like there's unsportsmanlike, but what was the unsportsmanlike? You know, and if the definition is the initiator of an argument, that's not a rule. But
I try to explain
in the
that,
future,
James, but that's when Dre does his infamous walk away. You know what I mean? You know, Joe, it was just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. I'm like, man, stop getting in the middle of these games, man. Remove your feelings. You know what I mean? Now, and this is what got me, James. All right? Right before that happened, Dre was running the clock when they thought it was supposed to be stopped, right? So calls timeout, slams the ball down in the middle of the field. I'm talking about, boom. and just went to cussing at Dre, and you didn't throw unsportsmanlike on that. You know what I mean? And it's on film. That just is on film. You can see it. He slammed the ball down. But you did not throw unsportsmanlike on that. But you threw unsportsmanlike on this only because you were challenged on another play. That's when I said, that's what I'm talking about, getting to your feelings. You know what I mean? But why, if you're going to be consistent in some shape, form, or fashion, I didn't care if you threw the penalty, but my point was, you can't say that's unsportsmanlike. And this, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. And then you gave him first down.
That you know, when I heard that, I was a little head scratched, you know. But
so anyway, they ended up scoring.
Protestable offenses versus non-protestable.
Yeah, they ended up scoring, get the extra point, kick for 2, 16-15. That's how the game ended. And just unfortunate that it had to come down to that. That's all.
So I'm assuming that you can't wait for that rematch in the playoffs.
Yeah, good convo, Sap. You know. Say what?
I say I'm assuming you would love to see them again in the playoffs if that lineup matches that way. All out of order.
Yeah. We got to get in first. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Crazy gave them that first down. That was costly. I like ref and low games. We have a good combo. Refs need to be held accountable like players need to be in the same stand. And again, they are. This is why I know about it, because you know, Lowe didn't call me. We had conversations amongst the refs as well as with Ed, and they are held accountable. What's next? So next we had
big time, Charles. I mean, that was a clear sack too, bro.
Oh no, that was it.
Oh, the last one. Yeah, it was the last game, wasn't it? Yeah.
And on that one, of course, you and Dwayne picked Shockwave. Billy picked against y'all and picked YB. So Billy won that. So
you're right. All on camera.
1, 2, 3. So you went 6-2 though, because you lost with Shockwave and Drew. Dwayne was 7-1, so he picked up a game on you. But Billy was no, I'm sorry. Dwayne was 7-1. Billy was 8-0.
Yeah, Billy was perfect on that end. Yeah. So he got a game up on that.
Yeah. All right. So that'll take us to this last week of the season. And we have, which will all be played at Harbor. Let's see. We'll open up the day with Zoo at DOA. Dwayne, since you are behind, we'll let you go first.
You said DOA, right? I'm about to say
DOA.
I was like, you just want to give it away.
DOA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody got DOA on that one.
No Zoo.
I do too, man. I do too. You know, especially those times of game, man. You know, keep in mind, Sap, all this happened with like 30 seconds left in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like 30 seconds left, under 30 seconds left in the game, man. It's like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Stay out the game, man.
The next game. Well, Dwayne, you can get back with Billy on this one. YB at Predator.
YB at Predators. All right.
Dwayne, what you got?
Shit, we need both of them to lose. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna. I'm gonna take Y. I'm gonna take YB.
I'm gonna take YB, man. I think that yeah.
Dwayne. Oh, there's a schedule mess up.
If the opposing team don't catch the other team out of uniform from the jump, then it can't be up to that team to challenge the flag. That player make a play with a minute to go.
We can't make up rules with this.
Yeah,
No.
He will make up rules.
The rule is the rule until the game is over.
My biggest thing is, and this is what I try to say out there. If you start to play without a flag, and that next play is an interception, after I throw that pick, I am going to make sure the referee knows that you started to play without the flag, and I am going to get that penalty, and I want the ball back. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Like it doesn't. We're talking about when it happens. It's not if somebody waited or somebody waits for the flag to be left on the ground to make that call. It happens. Yeah. It's not. Nobody's doing it on. I mean, maybe we are doing it on purpose. I don't know, but I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
when we can use the rule, we're going to enforce the rule.
Yeah,
that's it. I think I think that's what it is, man.
Yeah, like I said, you can't. That wouldn't even make. It's just like somebody, like I said earlier, somebody not having a flag on. But the same scenario. You could ran 8 play without that flag. If he cut that touchdown without that flag, bro. Then a team out here gonna say they're not gonna challenge that jump. ain't nobody gonna say we ain't gonna challenge it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. It's gotta keep it real.
It's just like a player being offside, and you score a touchdown. Hey, ref, he was offside. You go tell him. It's no difference.
Yeah.
So you said
I got YB. I don't know if Dwayne picked yet. He got YB.
And of course Billy go take Predators. Next game we have a battle for first place. DOA needs to win this game to get first place. Georgia Raiders need to win this game to get first place.
Interesting.
If Raiders lose, they'll go third place. If DOA loses, they could be second or third, depending on how they do in the next game.
Wow. Raiders DOA.
And this is the other thing. Raiders need to beat DOA.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to beat them by a little bit. Because if they blow them out, then the point differential will push DOA back to where they can't get in front of United.
Wow.
So they got to beat them by like 5 points, I believe. Because if they believe them by 6, then that could leave the door for them, the Raiders, to be tied with United and not win the point differential.
Billy picked DOA.
Okay. Dwayne?
DOA.
Dwayne picked DOA. I'm going
Angelo?
opposite. I'm going to Raiders. I'm going to Raiders on this one. This is gonna pull me away for this ship.
Next game, we have Predators at Outsiders.
Predators, Outsiders. Boy, hey man, all these games got some meaning to them, don't they? Ooh wee.
Yes, because right now,
Ooh wee.
Predators, Outsiders, YB, and Georgia Elite are all tied with the same record at 3-3.
5-3.
So I mean 5-3. So these games mean something because the wrong loss can have you on the outside looking in.
The wrong loss. That's right. Cause we on the outside looking in. We try to get our foot in the door.
Well, you control it. If you win both games, you're in.
I know, but right now we're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
As we sit here today, we're on the outside looking in.
Well, honestly, the thing about it, everybody, if you win both games on Sunday, you punched your ticket. If you lose a game, you might not be there. For you guys, if you lose a game, it's over. Well, no, it's not.
No,
because
it's not.
Somebody else going 0-2, then you could get in. So yeah, all of this stuff is a mess.
Or 1-1. You still gonna have tiebreakers, right?
Yeah. Just depending on who the 1-1 with.
Yeah.
So
Tomas said Georgia Smoke don't sleep on us.
Georgia Smoke
ain't nobody sleeping on Smoke, brother.
Not in this conversation this week because they've completed their schedule. So they basically, well, we'll get to what they're going to be, but they're relevant after the pick. But Dwayne is Predators and Outsiders.
Predators Outsiders, Dwayne. Who you got?
Ooh.
Both teams coming in 5-3.
I don't mean no harm, Billy, but I'm gonna pick Outsiders because I picked them. Didn't pick them last week when I should have picked them.
So Dwayne got Outsiders. I got Outsiders. Billy got Predators.
Predators. Okay. Next game. Spoiler versus YB. Joe World at YB.
You said spoiler versus YB. I wonder what that meant.
Well, yeah, because
yeah.
I mean, it's a long. I don't even know if it's possible anymore. No, wait a minute. It's still possible. It's a long shot. But Joe World at YB. Dwayne.
See, I like Arnold on that one. Okay.
YB.
Talk to him, Cowboys. Going to be OT, but Outsiders. Billy got YB. Who's that? Joe World? Oh, yeah, at YB.
So everybody got YB in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Next game, we got Outsiders at Joe World.
Who?
Outsiders at Joe World.
At Joe World?
Joe World.
Yeah. Sap say Joe. Tomas YB. Rashad YB. I got YB. What did you say? Outsiders. Wait a minute. Outsiders of Joe World? Outsiders.
Outsiders at Joe World.
Dwayne Outsiders. Billy Outsiders. Rashad Outsiders.
Billy Outsiders. Low.
I got Outsiders.
Okay. All right. The next game. Will Shockwave go into life support? Or will they just get a bandage? We got Shockwave at New Jack.
Billy Outsiders. Tomas Outsiders. Who you got? Digital Outsiders. You got New Jack, Billy? Pretty sure Billy got New Jack. Yeah.
Okay. And then both of y'all, of course.
Yeah, you got New Jack.
All right. So the next game.
Life support. You right, Michelle? Boom, 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 boom.
I think the loser of this game will be a fan next week.
God, dog, not a fan.
We'll be a fan in the stand.
Fan in the stands. Yeesh.
We got Georgia Elite at Shockwave.
GE
Billy,
versus
who you got?
Shockwave. Can Shockwave get off the schneid, get in this fight? For GE to continue this downswing, or can GE fight it off, huh? Sap got the Jackers. Yeah, Amos playing, man. We got everybody play today. We can't play eight people Sunday. We've been playing with 8, 9 people every week.
I guess the key
We
question
can't play
for
with
y'all is, will Ash be there?
Ash said he gonna be there. Last week was the only week we knew it was gonna be a 50-50 chance. He was just flying in town, so we knew, he's supposed to have been there for the second game, which would have made a difference. But
He didn't make.
Rashad got
you got,
wave, Billy got wave, Sap wave, Tomas wave, Digital wave.
Man, y'all got a lot of support. Okay.
We on the hot iron, man. We on that stove, man. We gotta get hot, huh?
And then the final game of the season.
Final regular season game.
Last week would have been for first place. This week, it's for a wing and a prayer for one team. A New Jack at Georgia Elite.
New Jack at Georgia Elite.
And I know that all of you guys are going to pick New Jack.
Yeah. We all gonna be New Jack fans for this one. Everybody but Georgia Elite not gonna be a New Jack fan, but we rooting for New Jack hard on this one.
Okay, so here we go. The current standings are as follows. New Jack is 7-1 in first place. If they lose a game, Georgia Smoke could possibly move into first place.
Okay, Smoke's already done. Smoke's already done. They 8-2. Oh.
Smoke is done at 8-2.
Okay.
So if New Jack loses a game, it's possible for Joe Smoke to go to first place. If New Jack loses both games, Smoke will go to first place. If New Jack wins both, Smoke stays at second.
Okay.
Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth are all up for grabs. And so is seventh, even though somebody will be watching from home. But they are all up for grabs. Shockwave, you go 2-0, you guarantee the spot. Any team that goes 2-0 guarantees the spot. But if you go 0-2,
it's a wrap.
You will be at home.
Yeah,
the only way somebody, Predators, YB, Outsiders, or Georgia Elite, well, not Georgia Elite, Predators, Outsiders, and YB can go 0-2 if Shockwave or Georgia Elite go 0-2. So they can lose 2 games as long as one of you guys lose 2 games. But if not, 0-2 basically ends the season in the pro. Down in the comp division.
So 5-5. What's the tiebreaker scenario?
5-5. Okay.
If you had 3 teams at 5-5, for example.
If there are 3 teams that end at 5-5,
mm-hmm.
If one of the teams have beaten both the teams, they'll take the head-to-head against both teams. But if they've not beaten both teams or haven't played each other, then the point differential comes into play. And seeing as that everybody has played each other, it will be either head-to-head or point differential. So as of right now, Outsiders has the biggest point differential at plus 23. No, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Predators are plus 34. Hmm. So this is wrong. Let me change that. Give you the accurate standard. Okay. So YB is in third place at plus 41. Predators are in fourth place at plus 34. Outsiders are in fifth place at plus 23. Georgia Elite holds down the sixth spot at plus 10. And Shockwave, you are at plus 6, but you're 4-4. So, uh, yeah. Joe World is 3-5. They could go 5-5 and possibly sneak in, but they would have to outscore a lot of people. I mean, well, they would just have to blow both teams out of the water. Rare Form and LOD will just be fans in the stand this week and next. Uh, Down in the comp division, uh, d- 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 DOA is currently in first place at 6-2 with a 75% winning percentage. United is in second place with a 70% win percentage at 7-3. Georgia Raiders are in third place at 6-3 with a 66% win percentage. However, Georgia Raiders has the number one scoring offense in the comp division, putting up a whopping 106 comp division points. So that's pretty good. And their defense has only allowed 45 points, which puts them in third behind PNF and DOA. Uh, PNF and Big Mom are locked in their spots. They open up the playoffs at 8:30 on the 13th at Harvard. So those spots have been secured and cannot change.
So really,
Right on the
so the comp basically just coming down to positioning then.
yeah, comp is first, second, and third place is on the line.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So yeah, that's what that comes down to. You're fighting to play the winner of PNF front bucks.
Okay.
Uh, Crew do CYB. Their season's over. It was great while it lasted. Yeah.
All right.
And that's where we're at. So
So the
I
comp,
would
so the
hope that
comps last week comes down to positioning. So that jump means a lot. And the pro last week coming down to both positioning and playoff lives. So this is gonna be a good week.
yeah,
And the playoffs follow the very next week, correct?
on the 13th, the schedule is already up. You can look into the system and see the game time. So you can, if you can want to guess what seed you're going to be at, then you can see what time you'll play. But they'll all be at Carver, and like I said, they open up at 8:30 with Swamp Bucks at Paid in Full.
Okay. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
Also, regular registration for Brawl for All ends on the 6th. So if you have not paid full by the 6th, a $50 late fee will be added, and you will have until the 11th. At the 11th, we'll close it out, and we'll if you ain't paid in full, Sorry, it's we're gonna move on. We're gonna try to get a schedule out as soon as possible so that we can accommodate our many teams coming from out of town. I've secured actually a couple of teams from New Orleans since I've been here. They'll be for it all, and they paid. So we're gonna have some good competition. Uh, Going out to the fields tomorrow to look at them again. Waiting on some new quotes for some hotels. We already got a couple of hotels in place. We got the Best Western Plus at 119, and we got the Courtyard Marriott at 150. And we're gonna see if we can get something better. Registration is open. The formats have already been posted on the site, so you can go online and start to register for the Bayou Ball.
All right. Sound like a plan, James. Sound like a plan, man. Well, if that's all you got. That's all you got?
I'm trying to see what Billy said. And Jay lose one smoke head to head, and they say, "Oh, he's talking about the game." Please don't get out the car, Billy.
You gonna put together the overall pick standings? You gonna put those together for next week?
So yeah, next week. Well, I'll have because I have it on the I have typed it in, so all I got to do is just add it all up.
Yeah.
So I will have where we're at. So by the end of the picks, you'll know who's won and who's lost.
All right. Sound like a plan.
Yeah.
All right, James. Well, enjoy the rest of your vacation, brother.
All right. I'm about to head out to Bourbon Street, catch me something to eat. Get ready for
what's going on out there? What's going on out there anyway? Anything big?
Well, it's Essence Fest.
Oh, it's Essence Fest. Ah.
Yeah. And so they have a pre-concert at the stadium tonight. And then a lot of parties on Bourbon Street. And I'll probably go hit the casino just to catch a vibe or whatever, grab whatever. Yeah.
Do you gamble?
So no, I get to the penny slots to earn free parking.
Huh?
If you ever in New Orleans, you go to the casino and you gamble for 30 minutes, you get free parking for 24 hours. So I got paid for parking in New Orleans for over 10 years.
For real?
Park for 24 hours. So I just go, put my $5 in, spin the wheel, and set the timer on my phone.
You get free parking where?
At the casino.
Oh, you get free parking at the casino if you gamble for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. You get 24 hours of free parking. Yeah. And so if I'm staying at a hotel down there, I just park at the casino and walk to my hotel.
That's good. That's good information to know right there, man. I've been getting my free parking every night because I'm gambling every night.
And you get free drinks.
I'm gambling
I don't
every
drink
night.
alcohol, so I get a bunch of free virgin daiquiris. And sometimes, I just go just to get the drinks for 30 minutes.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So,
good to know.
Yeah.
Hear that, Charles? We meet up down there for the gambling, man. We know we can park free.
Yeah. And I'm also looking to try to set up an opening party on that Friday night for the Bayou Ball. It's nice to get a pool party, but I'm checking out some venues and to have an opening party for the tournament.
Okay.
So.
Good deal.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Well, enjoy yourself. Then we'll see you at the field. I guess you'll be back Sunday. Even if you ain't, you back because you can't let these folk know you're not gonna be here no more.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. So wait.
That's what's up. All right, man.
Right.
Thursday night, man.
Bye.
ATL Flag Football Podcast, man. 5 Star Sports, and we out. See y'all next week. See you on the field, man. Peace.